Hello everyone, how you doing? Guess what day today is? If you guess leg day, you're right. I just finished getting a good leg workout in. And now, we're going to take a look at a new ship. It's been a while since we've had a new one in Star Citizen. And the one we're taking a look at today is a Crusader Hercules. In this case, the M2 variant, because it's the one that I have access to. So, we're not going to go too much into the weapons, the armament. What we're mostly focused with is how this specific ship handles flying and how its cockpit is laid out and the controls are laid out. I can tell you right now, this is a pain. Hopefully this server didn't crash. There we go. That is very loud. I like it though. That is very interesting how that ramp comes down. It's very loud, much louder than I was expecting. It's my first time seeing the ship, by the way, so this is very new. I did not expect the cargo bay to be this short. It's a lot shorter than I expected. Wide and tall, but short. Alright, we'll close this up. Maybe. There it goes. And yet I don't hear it here. Interesting. Alright, let's find our way up to the cockpit. Which is, I'm assuming, yep, just like in the Star Runner, you got a little elevator. How do I call the elevator? Housekeeping. Nope. Nope. I would really like to go up to the cockpit. There it is. I guess it is easy to see. I'm just blind. Alright, so we go to top deck. I'm assuming the cockpit's on the top deck. And again, I'm sure Morphologist is going to come out with a video and others talking about the full interior of the ship. And if we have time at the end, I'll do a walkthrough. But considering the fact this is PTU, I want to get up, I want to get launched, and I want to see how she flies before the server goes FUBAR. Alright, similar cockpit layout as we've seen in other ships. So we got a gunner seat there, another co-pilot gunner seat there, so you got two gunner seats for all the guns, and of course the pilot seat. Alright, well we get in here, I'm going to lower the game volume here. I don't want you guys deafened by the game. Alright, let's go ahead and... I think there's a bug right now, so we'll center this up.
A journey worth taking. Systems on.
Alright, so Toby... Alright, Toby's working. So I think that means my keybinds have transferred from the last PTU patch, so that's good. The view in the cockpit's very similar to MISC, and the kind of cargo-ish. You got a pretty better view than most MISC ships, but you still got kind of that big dash in front of you. And it looks like we got a steering wheel, yaw, roll, pitch. So that's interesting. It's just the yoke that moves on this. See how it kind of moves around like that? It's almost like a big wide joystick. So if we ever get VR, it should translate pretty well. Alright, here we go up.
Launch complete.
Raise the landing gear. Climb on out.
Landing gear up.
Now I believe this has VTOL, so we'll take a quick look here on the exterior to confirm. Yep. Shoot. What's the keybind for VTOL? K. That's what I thought. There we go. Already I can tell you it seems to handle very well. pitch is a little sloppy though, at least at this speed. We're gonna head down a little bit lower to test the atmospheric flight. So again, this is a drop ship to be bringing tanks, ballistas, ground troops, etc. The C2 is more for cargo, and again, you can still carry ballistas, tanks, etc. Yeah, I'm seeing stuttering as well, but again, I think a lot of that is PTU related, so unfortunately there's not much we can do about it. Still in the armistice zone. We can check roll as we come down. She's sluggish to get started, but once she does, it's pretty quick. Slow on down to SCM. And again, if you don't know, SCM is going to be the speed at which where the ship is going to be the most maneuverable. Chris Roberts is really doing his best to make sure we fly this speed in combat, so it's the best way to test it as well. Alright. Leveling off here, and we'll do it at about 6,000. SCM speed, roll. And again, kind of a slower start, but then very quick once it starts. And it takes counter roll to stop as well. Alright. Stop, stop. Alright, let's check pitch now. Here comes pitch. No vertical thrust, just pitch. Very good on the pitch axis. Yeah, pitch is very good. Alright, let's check yaw. Yeah, so the yaw. I almost combined yaw and lag. Yaw lags behind a good bit here, as you see. So as I sit here, we're heading in this heading, and I start going to the yaw. And you see our flight path vector there lagging behind. And then we kind of stop and slow down a great huge amount. So you definitely don't want to use yaw too much for maneuvering. But overall, for a ship of this size, she's very maneuverable in atmosphere. And again, she's not a combat ship. You're not going to be dogfighting with someone. You got two size 4 gimbaled Gatlings up top, so there's that at least. But I don't think you're going to be doing a lot of fighting, you personally as a pilot. If you got targets of opportunity in front of you, you're going to fire, but for the most part, it's going to be your gunner, or gunners in the case of the M2 and the A2. We're going to come down here and do a little bit of low altitude just to test it out, and then we'll go up to orbit. And they did do something with the Hercules Starlifter as far as the fuel. As you can see there, we're at 97% hydrogen fuel. They've reduced the effectiveness of your scoops on this ship, and they're testing with having just more fuel on board and reducing the effectiveness. So it's going to be very expensive, I think, to refuel this ship. So I'm not sure how profitable she'll be at cargo running. And so here we are in a little bit of a windstorm. I'll leave it in coupled for now, since that's how most people do fly. See, it's kind of hard to test the low altitude maneuverability if I can't see the hills. But overall, from what I can see, I'll say that she's definitely, for a ship of her size, she handles very well. I'd say it's very comparable with a Caterpillar as far as performance, which is actually a good thing. Let's check top altitude at this, top speed at this altitude. So no boost, just throttle. Definitely faster than the Caterpillar at low altitude. In fact, faster than a good bit of fighters at this altitude. This is full SEM. I'm just letting her fly. 276. That's very good. Alright, we'll head up to altitude now. And we'll head to Everest Harbor. And I know the game sound is a little too loud, most likely. Being PTU, I'm not too worried about it because this video will be replaced with the live version once the ship goes live, which should be somewhere around the 21st. Take a look at the exterior here. It's a very pretty ship, and you can see it's got a lifting body kind of design. So, in realism, do I think this could fly in real life? Given enough horsepower, anything can fly, but I think this would be able to fly. I'm a little worried about the center of thrust, as far as the center of thrust relates to what I perceive visually as kind of the center of gravity of the ship. I kind of feel like she's going to want to have a tendency to want to nose forward. Turn the game sound, in-game sound down a little bit. It's just a little too loud even for me. There we go, I think that's a little bit better. And the balances look a little bit better over there. So again, I apologize for that. So to summarize, if you couldn't hear, in-game, she performs very well in atmosphere. And we're heading up to space to see how she performs. Still not high enough. Right about 10,000 is usually when you can quantum out. There we go. Alright, and there's Everest Harbor. You could visually see it. Alright, we'll see the top speed in space. Hopefully the fleet doesn't come. Again, this is Fleet Week is in game right now, so you're going to see the ships coming in. And I hope Fleet Week doesn't show up, because then we're going to have fireworks and the stuttering stream is just going to get worse. Alright, top speed's 960, so she's slower than the Carrack and probably pretty close to on par with the Caterpillar. See how she does it slowing down. She's very good at slowing down. I won't say we stopped on a dime, but we came pretty close. Alright, we will head down here and we'll do the space test. So, yaw in space. It's kind of the same as atmosphere. I'm not noticing any real difference. Same rotational velocity, same kind of, you start it and it keeps going a little bit. So pretty much the same in space as in atmosphere. Alright, now we'll do the turn around a point test, which on a ship this large will be interesting. So do it with pitch first. So not using boosters. Carefully controlling pitch. I can still maintain it. I can't maintain it perfectly, mind you, but I can still maintain. And if I use the boosters, then she gets even a little bit closer and tighter. So very maneuverable in pitch. We're going to drift away a little bit, and then we'll try yaw. Yeah, that roll is a little, takes some getting used to. Yaw, she's much slower. Definitely need more boost on the yaw axis to keep her on there strafing left and right. So much better vertical thrusters than horizontal, which is what you would expect. Yeah, it's pretty... She really doesn't want to keep on that needle very well. But again, I mean, for a ship this size, pretty good. So yeah, you should have no issues with maneuvering the ship to get it wherever you want to go, in space or in atmosphere. The only issue is that roll. The roll really wants to start going and then keep going on you. So you really have to anticipate, put a little bit in, and stop roll with either opposite or anticipating when it's going to stop. Because you see, if you let go, it keeps going for another couple, maybe a second. Yeah. So you definitely want to anticipate the roll, but yaw and pitch and vertical, very responsive. Now we went through 7% of our hydrogen fuel. So let's see how much it's going to cost us to refuel.
Please proceed to
Landing
standby.
gear down.
Alright, where do they send us? Over there.
Landing gear up. Landing gear down.
Let's see if they fix docking of larger ships. It's always annoying to have these doors start closing on you as you're coming into land. Basically, when you hear that sound, you need to make sure you're most of the way in. Because they start closing! Ooh! She did not want to stop there. Like a glove, quote unquote.
Landing complete.
If it does not fit, you must
Landing complete.
acquit.
Have a pleasant stay.
Alright, let's see. Fueling. Let's do... okay. Whew. So roughly 1% of your hydrogen fuel is going to cost you 1,000 UEC. Because we went through 7%, it's going to cost us 7,000 UEC to refill. So you're definitely going to have to keep that in mind if you're going to try to use a ship for cargo running or anything of that nature. And as far as how she fits into the hangar, I didn't need to come as far forward as I did. I got plenty of room here. Hey, first time flying it. Cut me some slack. But other than that, I would give this ship a pretty high mark. We'll take a quick look through the ship as kind of the end of the stream. So again, you've got your cockpit layout slightly similar to the Crusader. It's got these tracks on the seats again, but they're not elevated like they are on the Star Runner. I think, yeah, these are your escape pods. Not sure what's in this neck. This should all be part of your power plant, etc. This is your hab. Very similar to the Star Runner, in fact almost identical. Some lockers for inventory storage. Main deck. So you got two entrances in and out. Except this one doesn't seem to want to let us out. Oh, there we go. Server lag. Gotta love it. Another elevator down, looks like. That's just pretty. Not really sure what's back there. Auxiliary crew. Okay, so the M2 comes with kind of jump seats here. So you can have a bunch of ground troops, and looks like some inventory storage here as well. This goes to the armory. Oof. Big oof. Whoa! Alright, well, I should have known better when I saw all those circles. Let's see if I can get out. There we go. Okay. Careful going in the armory. And then your elevator. And it looks like you got a ladder that you can take as well as the elevator. I think I prefer the ladder. And yeah, so it looks like you got room for about 2 tonks, like they said. They were very careful to make sure you only had room for that. This should be the aft. Oh no, this is the forward. And then this should be the aft. Very loud doors, I'll definitely give you that. So yeah, like most military transports, you got quick loading and unloading where you can get everything out and in a hurry, because you can load from the front, you can load from the back, you can make sure you got the correct order. I've heard of people launching fighters out the back of the ship, so you got your fighter and you back it in, or you bring it in front and you just fly it right out. So it's kind of like a little mini carrier. Overall, very happy with her. Good ship, good performance. If you got one, I think you're going to be happy with it as soon as they fix some of the bugs. And yeah, overall, would I recommend purchasing a Star Lifter? Yes. Would I recommend purchasing one with real money? Depends. If what you're looking at is to transport vehicles and cargo in game, in and out of either hot spots or just mostly larger vehicles, then yes, you definitely need one of these. And the price right now is relatively reasonable. And for the performance, I think people are going to start using this over a Caterpillar for carrying cargo. The M2 carries something like 520, whereas the Cat carries 576. So you lose at about 50 SCU, but you have another shield, better performance, and in my opinion, better handling. But you do lose some of the ease of parking. This is a much larger overall ship than the Caterpillar as far as height and width. But other than that, really, it's a great ship. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And have a good one, everyone. See you later.